Hi traders, welcome to a StatArb demo, but with a bit of a twist. What we're doing is unilaterally trading one side of the ARB. So we just take one position in the ARB. And let me explain to you the reason why I'm doing this. I've got the range analyzer running and also the correlation indicator on 3 charts. And this is current time is 15:12 GMT +1, and the range analyzers has been basically giving me some quite interesting alert data. So it's only been running for a few minutes on this chart, but already I'm seeing quite a lot of activity on the dollar, particularly on the dollar actually. So dollar Swiss franc, dollar CAD, dollar South African rand, all in quite strong uptrends by the looks of the figures. You can see that it's made 21 new highs in the last hour on dollar Swiss franc. Again, we can see strong uptrends all the way across the board on the euro. And what this does is it gives us opportunities to just pull out a little bit of cash from the market based upon these trends. So we use the ARB engine to do it. And what I'm going to do is, let's say for example I choose US dollar Swiss franc. Okay, so I go to a correlation indicator and I'm looking for something on the long time frame which is highly correlated with the Swiss franc to make up my ARB. So US dollar Swiss franc 88.39, that's nice and highly correlated on a daily chart, and that is the Aussie Swiss franc. So when I go to my ARB system, I set up in my STD indicator down here, I use US dollar Swiss franc and the Aussie dollar Swiss to make up my STD analysis. This is going to provide our entry triggers into the actual trades. So what I've done is, if I go to the expert advisor up here, on the properties I basically set the expert advisor, I lock it long because I know that the US dollar Swiss francs in the market is favouring long USD CHF trades at the moment. So I lock the ARB system to go long. I also tell it that I want to do unilateral trading, so I set that to true. That means it will only trade pair 1 within the ARB, so the first pair, i.e. USD CHF. What I also do is I've gone down here, I've set my lot size at 1 lot, and I've also asked the system to lock in profits and trail them at $50. So as soon as the overall profit gets to $50, it'll start trailing behind it and locking that profit in. So you can see here, rationale behind this approach is as they're correlated, we can immediately see that US dollar Swiss franc is appreciating against the Aussie dollar Swiss franc. But what we're doing is we've configured our system to only trade long USD CHF when the actual spread touches the lower trigger level. So we're going to see trades executed here, here, around here, and so on. If we want to pick up more trades, we can easily change our STD level. So let's reduce that a little bit. Our STD multiple, we'll change that down to 0.5.
New arbitrage position opened.
And there you go, it's now opened the trade for us as the spread has actually entered our trigger zone. The red dot is basically slightly higher because that represents the actual cost of the spread, which is factored into the entry point. And then basically we just sit back and wait until the spread reverts to the mean, or ideally crosses over. If we change the actual reversion target to, say, reversion to MA equals false, what will happen now is the trade will close out when it gets to the opposite band. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to increase my profit locking value a little bit more to try and lock in more profit. Again, I'm getting frequency alerts, high frequency alerts for again all the way across the euros, and this one's euro, Turkish lira now. So we're just going to increase our profit locking threshold to say $75. Then it'll start locking in profit. Okay, so I'm going to just pause this video now. It's 15:17, and we'll revisit it at say 6 o'clock. Okay, quick update for you at 15:31. We just had a trade opened just now, but we also made our first profit. If we go back, let's see, yeah, so we did our long USD Swiss franc trade, made $119.41 on that, and we're running our second trade now. What I also did was I just increased the lock-in profit multiple to 100 because I didn't think it was actually achieving the correct profit targets or as much as it could do, so just trying to lock in a bit more. Anyway, let's revisit this a bit later. Okay traders, update on our trades. 16:49, and we have had, we're talking about USD Swiss franc trades. I think we've had 3. Let's have a look if I can just enlarge this. Yeah, we've had two so far. We're up $222 so far, and we just got another one that's been opened, so seems to be going all right so far. So we'll just see how we're going and review it at 6. Okay, it's 17:01. Trade update for you. That trade we were just talking about has just closed for only 36.
New arbitrage position opened.
$88. Just opened another position, so we'll just let it roll. We've got a profit locker on here of, I think, $100 still. Yes, what I might do is just reduce that down a bit to try and lock in a little more. I don't think we're getting as much movement now, so I'm going to go back to 75 and just look at the spread again, see how it's behaving. Yeah. Okay, let's see how we roll on that. So we'll come back to that in a bit. Just a quick update, and just looking at the strength analyzer again, and just noting the number of recent highs on the USD Swiss franc. I'm just going to have a quick look at the charts as well, just to take a view on where the pair is currently going. So, and this will dictate how we're going to run the rest of these trades for this afternoon. So let's get on to an hourly. It's kind of late in the day, 17:03 now. You can see the candlestick formations on the chart indicate possibly, well, almost certainly, that the market has now reached a bit of a point of stagnation. That is a fairly impressive doji. So let's go back into our ARB and have another look at it. I think probably what I'll do is let this one run and then put a stop on the system. I'm going to say it's a Tuesday. I'm going to tell the system to stop at, don't bear in mind system time, 2000 hours. So let's just put a stop in there. So it's going to run for another 56 minutes and then stop. Okay, let's come back to it. Okay guys, we're just coming towards the end of our trading day now. Final ARB as locked in profit, so we're not too bothered now. We know that we can't lose on this one. You can see the locked in profit figure at 21.39. Let's just see what happens. I suspect this is going to get closed out fairly quickly. I'll just pause the video and come back to it when it's closed, and we'll just tot up what we've done in the last 3 hours or so, so you can see the principle. Okay, we are back and we're finished, so let's just review what we've done. Final trade was by no means a huge success, $1.08 So 261 bucks, 21 cents, 4 trades. Last one was a bit of a non-event, to be honest, but again, just to recap, principle behind this is a unilateral trading strategy based upon range analysis data, which we took from the AlgoTrader range analyzer. So we examined where the market was going, where was hot, where wasn't, i.e. which pairs were moving the most quickly, making new highs, new lows, etc. And we identified the dollar Swiss franc was a good candidate. Obviously we could have gone with these euro pairs as well, but we decided to just go with dollar Swiss franc. We set up a correlated arbitrage position, and then we set up our arb on a 5-minute chart, and we set the system up so that we would only trade one side, i.e. the US dollar Swiss franc side, and we set the system up only to trade long. So, and we set up on a short time frame. You can see here the dotted blue lines represent the actual spread cost, so we're playing pretty close to the actual spread cost, and just eking out a few pips based upon small retraces in the uptrend of the day. So hopefully that makes sense. As you can see, it's not a laborious process to use the system in this way. You don't have to worry about entry levels, exit levels, all that kind of stuff, because it's everything you need to know is really in the spread. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Thanks very much for listening.